XRP holders, this could be the last one. Please read the disclaimer. XRP fam, XRP holders, XRP is currently sitting at $1.42. XRP is down minus 0.9% on the day. This pullback came because of some news that we'll get to in just a second. You know what? Let's get to the news first, and then we'll talk about what's going on with the Fed. Nobody knows who is in charge, including them. This is what President Trump just said. He said, I just canceled the trip of my representatives going to Islamabad, Pakistan to meet with the Iranians. Too much time wasted on traveling, too much work, besides which there is tremendous infighting and confusion within their quote-unquote leadership. Nobody knows who is in charge, including them. Also, we have all the cards. They have none. If they want to talk, all they have to do is call President Donald J. Trump. And of course, that came also from the headline that predated this that said Iran's foreign minister has left Pakistan without meeting with the U.S. for the second round of negotiations. And so uncertainty, what's going to happen? Yes, ceasefire, no ceasefire. And you know what that means. Uncertainty, market sell-off. Now, of course, this is all happening over the weekend once again, and we'll see how the markets play out. The only market open right now is the crypto market. And so that's why we're seeing a little bit of a pullback. Again, it's not just XRP, it's also Bitcoin that kind of pulled back. You can see when did the tweet come out? This is 6:48, and this was the White House feed, right? About a little bit before that. It came out on his True Social, and then they tweeted it out, and then so it was a little bit before, right? And so now the whole market kind of had that reaction. Again, this is a weekend, so low liquidity, and when we have news like this, it's not surprising that we see a little bit of a sell-off because remember, uncertainty triggers sell-offs by the algos. Okay, so we need to take that into consideration that is happening. And the Trump trader, you could call him, some people say it's this dude, opened a 30 million Bitcoin and 7 million Ethereum short right before the Iran-US round 2 talks. So is who is it? Right? But it seems that they got it right again. And so this is very interesting. You know, maybe we should be tracking this wallet and doing what it's doing, right? You can actually track it. So I don't know, but you know, everybody do what you think is the best to do. As always, just want to remind you that this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Also, remember that I never contact you on social media asking to sign up to anything or send me any money. Those are scammers, those are imposters. Please be very careful out there. Now, if you want to take advantage of the market, of course, you have our partner BTCC that will give you the opportunity to do so. You can sign up using my link. You can go long, you can go short. You can take advantage of these headlines, the sell-offs, the pumps. I will get a commission if you use my link. This is an affiliate link, so thank you for that. We've been partnered with BTCC for a while, and they are my go-to exchange. So if you're interested, link is in the description down below. We're also going to start a competition next week, so get ready for that. It could be that this week, going into the Fed meeting, could be the last one. Wednesday could be Jerome Powell's final FOMC meeting as Fed chair. The Fed announces its rate at 2 p.m. on Wednesday. The Fed Watch tool is pricing a 99% chance of a hold at 3.5-3.75, marking the third consecutive pause. Powell's term as chair ends May 15th, and his likely successor, Kevin Warsh, sat for a Senate confirmation hearing on Tuesday. If confirmed, he inherits this rate, March CPI 3.3, and a dot plot penciling in just one 25 BP cut for all of 2026. A regime change with little room to move and a market hanging on every word. And so, again, the decision itself, it seems 99% from my covering the meeting for the past 4 or 5 years at least. What the probabilities say is what happens, right? And so unless he comes out with a very big surprise, he's like, F it. It's my last last one. I don't care anymore. Let's reduce it or let's hike it. I don't know. But of course, there's also the votes of the other chair people, and what they'll do. Um, Kevin Warsh is coming in soon, so there's excitement about that. And what he says in his speech, again, it might be because it's potentially his last speech. He might say things that he was holding in his stomach, right, for the past few years. That he might open up and say a lot of stuff, and the market could be very, very volatile on Wednesday. And FOMC week is always tricky and volatile, and it could be up and down and up and down. There's a lot of uncertainty on this week. So just be careful. If you are short-term investing, you have to take that risk into consideration. Okay, like I said, 99% chance that it's happening. So that will be interesting to see if it plays out. This was interesting. Brad Garlinghouse just got named 2026 Business Leader of the Year by Harvard Business School. Harvard doesn't honor hype. Harvard honors proven leadership. Ripple is no longer fighting for legitimacy. Ripple is being celebrated and the example of it. We've talked a lot about Ripple and the potential of the $13 trillion potentially coming from Hidden Road acquisition, now Ripple Prime, and how they are accumulating companies that are positioning them in a very, very good position to take advantage of the new kind of outlook by the US government towards crypto, plus the fact that XRP has been cleared. XRP is not a security. SEC stated it, the court stated it, and so that black cloud has been removed, and companies are a lot, and banks are a lot more inclined to do business with Ripple. Moreover, if Clarity Act passes, that will just give the last stamp of approval and tell customers, tell banks, tell big money that it's okay to work with XRP, it's okay to work with Ripple. And that's what we're looking forward to in the next coming months if Clarity Act passes. Again, it's a big if. We don't know what is going to potentially happen there. You look at the technicals of XRP, it's interesting. The short-term moving averages is kind of out of whack. You can see the exponential moving averages in blue, but the simple moving average is in red, whereas the 20 and the 30 and even the 50 are in a blue, whereas the 100 and 200 days, the longer time frame, are giving us a red. Any Chimoku base is always neutral, and then we got blue and a red. And also in the oscillators, we got most of them are neutral, one red, one blue. That's why we got neutral here on XRP. It will be very interesting to see how this plays out. Don't forget to smash the like button. Check out the links in the description down below if you're interested to BTCC and our other partners. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.